Hey guys, today we're looking at The Last Guardian. So this is a pretty interesting thing. This was hyped up for a long time. You know, after Shadow of the Colossus, people really wanted a sequel, a next-gen thing, and really it's a funny thing because, and from a gameplay perspective, this is a perfect combination of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus mechanics, where the main gist of this game is you have this creature called Trico, who is essentially this giant companion of yours, and so it combines the Shadow of the Colossus mechanics where you're climbing a giant thing, but at the same time, you were playing as this little boy that is also solving puzzles and taking on automatons. And so, it's kind of hard to say where this game takes place in the storyline, but the overall opinion, I think, of this game, because it was delayed for a while, it was teased, and it finally came out, and it was really quiet when it came out. It was kind of like a very kind of whatever game, and so it's kind of a disappointing, reality. But when this game came out, it was very just okay. It was not this amazing, groundbreaking thing that people were used to, both Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, being that they were just these really soulful artistic games. And this is a very, it's like interesting. It doesn't have the same depth and dynamic as the other games. And it kind of focuses on the relationship between the boy and Trico. But outside of that, there's no dark fantasy themes. There's no themes about saving, a girl or whatever. And so it's just you and this giant bird, dog thing. And again, you have these weird automatons that, it's implied that they're part of this ancient civilization that have somehow, come online again, and you need to, deal with them and somehow figure out how to defeat them. And there's lots of puzzles in this game. But I don't know, this just did not have the same impact. It felt kind of short. It felt, maybe derivative and repetitive or something. There's a point where the boy gets captured and he's put in these weird ball-like cages, and then he has to make his way back to his, animal friend and free him. But their relationship doesn't really develop. It's like, oh, he gets hurt, and the boy pets him and makes him feel better, and that's pretty much it. That's their entire relationship. But yeah, this was something that people were excited for. I was excited for this, and it's just very okay. There's nothing about it that makes it super amazing or interesting. There's not really any new major mechanics, and you press the action button to make Trico do certain actions in the environment and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, it's very much in the land of this is okay, I guess. And it's kind of a real shame because, again, they really teased it at E3, and the game trailers quite a bit, and it showed this very cool new idea, basically. And so again, instead of the girl being captured and pulled, now what is the case is the boy you get captured and pulled. And you basically need to find a way to, get Trico into certain areas where the enemies are so that he can defeat them, because really by yourself, you are completely powerless, really. And so there's a cool little mini game also at the end of the game where you'd fight the final boss, and you have to take out all these automatons and stuff like that. And again, it's really nifty how they do it. And again, this is very similar puzzles, to Ico, and very, very not like the Shadow Colossus at all. I would say that if they ever made a game after this, though, it would be very similar to Shadow of the Colossus. This one is kind of very similar to Ico. And again, the whole story is told without dialogue, and it's just very kind of rinse repeat. You get Trico into a situation, you get him out of it, and you do another thing, and I don't know, despite this being the next gen one, it just feels the most kind of derivative and boring and kind of generally uninteresting game, sadly. And it's just really weird to have it be like that when you think it'd be something a lot more, but I mean, that's what it is. Anyway, that's The Last Guardian. Really not a lot to say about it. Short game that kind of let a lot of people down as kind of being okay. Stuck in development hell for a while, so it's kind of understandable that maybe didn't come together fully in the person's vision. And but yeah, this is the last game we have in this series of Skia games. And yeah, it's unclear whether or not we'll get a sequel, though, or even a chance to get something like this again. So sadly, that's it. But yeah, see ya.